Hi everybody, nice to meet you all. My name is Mr. Schmidt. I'm going to be your 3U English teacher this summer. Welcome to the course. I will probably post a video like this, somewhere between 5 and 8 minutes long, every few days, just so you know there is a face behind the name. I am broadcasting from my porch. Beautiful spot here in Bloor Court. Ossington and Bloor area. Just a couple things about me. I've been teaching for about 10 years in the TCDSB. I've taught at Mary Ward, just great school, loved it. Taught at Brébeuf College for a long time, loved that school too. Now I'm teaching at Monsignor Fraser. I'm actually the head teacher at an alternative school, Monsignor Fraser Annex Campus. And I like teaching this course. I've done it a couple times. I think online learning is a great forum for a lot of people, and I hope it is for you. So just quickly, we talk about who I am. Office hours, usually I check my email 3 times a day, and then there's a couple times during the day when I'm on a lot. So usually I'm on between about like 8 and 10 at night, and I'm definitely on from like 10 till 2 in the afternoon, a lot of days. But really, there should never be a time where you don't hear from me for more than 12 hours unless I post it. So, you should have no trouble with that. Videos, just like this one, watch them. There are a lot of helpful tools in them. This may not seem that helpful right now because it's just an introduction, but it will be helpful come, your culminating activities, let's say. Due dates are really important in this course, mostly because you only have about 25 days to finish the course, really less than that. I try to encourage a growth mindset in students, and one of the advantages of the e-learning process, if you've never taken a course, is that I can give you feedback pretty quickly and pretty often. That feedback isn't always writing feedback, but it can be oral as well. I can record myself and just give you a quick note, and that's helpful because sometimes the assignments aren't always clear, and sometimes it's helpful for you to just hear back from me before you proceed, especially if you kind of like totally misinterpret something and you get a 60 and you really wanted an 80. Well, this gives you a chance to resubmit several times and do well. So I post a due date. Actually, I'll go through that in a second. Let me just finish my points here. Communication, in terms of email, you should be emailing me through the system all the time. Whenever you have a question, don't hesitate to ask, and just clarify a lot and talk to me about it. Because I don't know you in a face-to-face way, and because we can't be, get to know each other personally in that way, it's really your only form of communication. I need to know who you are, so make yourself known to me by using that tool. And then I just want to go through the navigation of the shell. So if I go here, this is me. Let me change it so I can see you as a student, which I can always do, by the way, in case you're wondering. So when you get to your shell, it should look something like this. The most important area is news. You'll see here I posted a few days ago. Always the last thing I post is at the bottom, or sorry, not the last, the first thing I posted. So the more recent news is at the top. So I posted a quick greeting on July 2nd, and then these are the course expectations and outline here. Of note for you, if you scroll down, is it has here all of your assignments, the due dates, and the weight of each assignment. So it's a 3-point system, and 3 being the highest. So each unit will have a culminating activity that's worth 3. Then most assignments are worth 2, and a few are worth 1. So you can just look at that on your own. You'll notice that there were originally 4 units, and that the short story unit is not being evaluated. Lucky for you, I teach this with a bunch of other teachers, and we all agreed that that would happen. So you get a bonus. Okay, so besides the news feed, which you should check every once in a while, up here, you have your message notifications and your chances of getting into email. But what you should see is content. When you go to content, it takes you to your actual unit. So you've got your table of contents, course information, student information. So when you're starting, you go to unit 1. And what I've tried to do is, because so much of this course is omitted and you don't have to do it all, I tried to put in the actual titles what you should do and what you shouldn't do. However, a good check and balance against that is not just to look at the course content, but to also look at the drop boxes, because those are what you're evaluated on, and discussion areas. So if I go to my Dropbox right now, there's a category at the top called special permission. You don't have to worry about that unless you need special permission to submit something late. Sometimes I open it, sometimes I don't. And then you have your units. So unit 1, unit 2, and there's no unit 3 because the short stories are omitted, and unit 4, and then 5 is your culminating assignment. Now you'll notice some of the dates are still, say, 2016 and stuff. Don't worry about that. The shell's just being updated, and by the time you get started on Wednesday morning, it should all be updated. But right now, unit 1, you can see there are 4 assignments due. The first one is done, or is due on July 7th, so you have a couple days to get that started. And then the next one won't be due until Monday. Okay, so it's pretty manageable in terms of navigating. And then the discussion area. The first thing I would like you to do at the very top, there's an introduction section. It says, please introduce yourself with a few quick facts. What school do you go to? Why do you choose to do this course? And then I can check it in here. You can see nobody has posted the thread yet, but please do. You can also talk to each other. The class lounge is in case you want to ask other people questions in the class. Like, let's say you work at 4 a.m. Well, I probably am not going to answer this at 4 a.m., but one of your peers may be online at 4 a.m., so you might think of posting something in the class lounge. And then here again are the units. These assignments have not been formalized yet, as in there might be a couple taken away. But right now you've got unit 1, you've got 3 discussion questions there, unit 2, 2 discussion questions there, and unit 4, 1 discussion question there. So overall, you can kind of, between the discussion, the Dropbox, and the content, make sure that you understand what has to be posted. It takes a little bit of navigating, but take your time with the work, submit good work, and just ask me for questions if you need any. I'm going to leave it at that for now. I think that's enough time. I'll try to keep these under 8 minutes. And good luck, everybody. I really look forward to getting to know you. And that first step, again, is to post in the introduction. Okay? Take care.